Hey, what's up? Michael Nicastro, coming at you from Rockefeller Center. In this video, I'll be talking about the importance of managing expectations. I will not only explain why it's important in hospitality, but also in business and your daily life. With that being said, let's get into it. In my last video, I spoke about how to handle unhappy guests. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to proactively manage the situation so problems do not arise, and that's by managing expectations. Now, I'm coming at you from Rockefeller Center. As you can see, it's really beautiful. They do a great Christmas decoration, great holiday decoration every year. They have a Christmas tree, they have a tree lighting ceremony. This is a fantastic New York City tradition that's been going around for I don't even know how long. Now let's just say that this year, they didn't do the Christmas tree, they didn't do any of the decorations, and they let everyone know on Christmas Eve. Think of how unhappy everyone would be. They're ruining Christmas, I can't believe they do this. My year is over. Now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but people would be really upset. Instead, if they let everyone know in maybe August or September that they weren't doing the Christmas tree and there were not going to be any decorations this year due to budget constraints, people would still be upset, but it would be a little bit of a lesser blow. The holidays are a time of emotions. People are trying to balance their work, their family, and their social life, so a lot's on the line. For me personally, Christmas Eve is a special day for me. It's probably one of the best days of the year because I go to my Italian aunt and uncle's house and we have a giant meal. Some of you may know the Feast of Seven Fishes. It's like a giant seafood feast with clams, pasta, salt cod, fish, everything you can think of. Now that's a really important day for me, but sometimes I have to work on Christmas Eve because I do work in a restaurant. So I try to let my family know ahead of time if I will be off for that holiday. It's better than promising, oh, I'll be home for Christmas Eve, and then suddenly all of a sudden I'm like, sorry, I have to work. Those are gonna happen sometimes, but if you manage people's expectations and try to plan beforehand, some last minute changes and adjustments will not happen as frequently. So to wrap up this scene, everyone has different preconceived notions and different expectations. It's your job to let them know what you're thinking. On a side note, all you hospitality professionals, I know it's hard during the holidays because it's very busy and you don't really have a lot of off time. You're working on New Year's, you're working on Christmas, you're working on Hanukkah, so my respect goes out to you. Now let's talk about managing expectations in your daily life. So let me give you an example that everyone's kind of familiar with. So it's the holiday season, maybe you're doing some online shopping and you want to order something online. Now the companies, they're smart. They give you a range in shipping delivery time. They usually say 3 to 4 days or 5 to 7 days. They don't say your package will arrive in 3 days and 50 minutes, right? Because if they did that, and you received your package in 5 days, you'd be upset. So that's managing expectations. When you get into a relationship, you're both two different people. You have a different set of ideas, values, and wants. Getting into a relationship can be kind of tough, but if you're not open and honest and transparent about what you want early on, problems can begin to arise. Why? Because you have a different mental channel. My advice, don't be afraid to tell your partner what you want out of the relationship. If you need help with an idea or you need a suggestion, ask your partner. If you would like them to accompany you to a wedding, why not ask them? Sometimes in your mind, you think you're doing a disservice by asking them, but you're really doing a disservice by not asking them. Now, I'm not saying I know everything, but the truth, in my opinion, will always come out. So you have two choices. You can tell the truth now, or you can wait later. And sometimes the longer you wait, the heavier it gets. Now I'm standing near the Atlas, which is a statue near Rockefeller Center. It's based on Greek mythology. So the Atlas has the Titan, who's half god, half man, and he was cursed to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders. because he tried to overthrow the gods. So think about that for a second. The longer you wait, the heavier it gets. It's better to be open and transparent from the beginning. Let's talk about starting a new job. Think back to the first month of any job that you started. It's a little bit overwhelming. You're trying to get used to your new surrounding, talk to your colleagues. It's a lot to take in at first. Now, as a manager, it's important that you clarify and manage your new employees' expectations. And how do you do that? You need to clearly define the job description and also how much they'll be compensated right from the beginning. It needs to be crystal clear. Also, what helps is you actively try to bring them in to your discussion, introduce them to their colleagues and other managers so they feel welcomed. Now, I remember when I started a job, I was kind of spending a lot of time by myself and sitting alone. I wasn't really welcomed. Now, did I stay a long time at that job? No. Now let me give you 4 tools to properly manage expectations. Number 1, proactive versus reactive service. I said this before, I'm going to go over it again. Number 2, transparency is key. Number 3, set boundaries. And number 4, never say no, say, let me check. Now I'm going to go into each of these in a little bit more detail and provide you with a specific story. So, number 1, proactive versus reactive service. Let's say, and I've used this example before, but if a food's taking a long time at table 36, you as the hospitality provider should go to the chef, ask the chef specifically, how long is the food going to take to go to this table? With that information, then you go back to the table and say, excuse me, your food will be out in 5 to 7 minutes. I just checked with the chef. Is there anything that I can do in the meantime? Now, the fact that you went over and you proactively told them how long their food was going to be until they arrived makes them extremely happy. They don't think there's a problem at all. Another example. There we go. Another example. I used to be a server in a restaurant and we had this giant 48-ounce pork chop. And it took 45 minutes to cook. So when guests ordered this, I let them know that it was going to take 45 minutes because we cooked it from raw. Imagine if I didn't let them know that useful piece of information. They'd be waiting 45 minutes for their entree. Number 2, transparency is key. So let's say you work at a hotel and a guest comes up to you and is like, oh, I would like a room, I would like a room. Let's assume that you're all reserved for that evening and you have no more rooms available. The guest might not believe you, but to show transparency, you can go ahead, pick up the phone and call the hotel next door. The guest believes you then. Number 3, set boundaries. Now, hospitality is not a yes game all the time. It's yes within reason. So let's say a guest wants a 3-course meal and they want to be out of your restaurant in 1 hour. Now, if you establish from the beginning that that may not be possible due to the time constraint, then they're not going to be upset. But if you say that we can do it and then you don't deliver and it shows up a little bit later, then you lost their trust. And number 4, never say no, say let me check. So this is very important. If you say no right away, you cut the interaction off 100%. Saying let me check shows the guest that you're at least trying in their favor. So let me give you a story. One of my former managers used to work at this Italian restaurant that was well known for their pasta, but they had one rule. They did not do takeaway, they did not do to-go pasta. Due to the quality constraints, it kind of got a little bit mushy. It wasn't too good. But my manager told me that he always used to have this bar regular that would come in and always ask for to-go pasta. So after saying no to him a couple times, they eventually went above and beyond for him and actually honored to-go pasta. That's just an example. But the main point is to never say no, to say let me check, even if it's really a no. A hospitality mogul named Tillman Fertitta, I just read his book called Shut Up and Listen. In his book, he gives a lot of examples about never saying no to the guests, and I'm going to paraphrase one, so bear with me. He talks about the transition that restaurants go through when they transition from breakfast to lunch. Now, during this time, staff changes and food items change. From time to time, you get a guest coming in from 10:30 to 11:30 that would like the breakfast menu when they have already transitioned to lunch. Now, the common response is just to say, we have our lunch menu now, this is what it is. But in Tillman's book, he states, is it really that hard to throw 2 eggs in a pan, serve a slab of bacon and 2 pieces of toast? No, it's not. Maybe you don't serve them your well-known Eggs Benedict, but serving them some eggs is not really that hard, and it really makes a difference. He also states to charge them a premium for this service because you're giving them added value. Also, I was reading a Inc. magazine article about Tillman Fertitta, and let me pull it out right now. So, in one of his interviews with Inc. magazine, he quotes as saying, "One of the things my people like about me is that everybody knows where they stand. I'm very straightforward." So that right there is managing expectations. To conclude, managing expectations is important in hospitality and any type of personal relationships. Don't assume that everyone always understands your thought process and what you're thinking. Sometimes being indirect doesn't always work, and you need to be a little bit straightforward. Now, some homework. I want you guys to brainstorm some scenarios where you could better manage expectations of your friends, family, and coworkers. Just think about it. Again, I'm coming at you from Rockefeller Center. There's some great energy here. Happy holidays to you and your family. Please like, comment, and subscribe my video. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Happy holidays.